In this video we will be taking a look at the internal lighting options available on the 146. The aircraft is equipped with a large array of lighting configurations for night and low visibility operations, and all of those have been accurately simulated on our 146. We are currently parked on the apron at RAF Valley on a rainy winter's evening, an airfield that's become a firm favourite of mine following months of Hawk T1 testing. The aircraft is currently in a turnaround state, which is one of the aircraft states that can be selected via the EFB tablet in the cockpit, with the front passenger door and stairs extended. Let's climb aboard. Just inside the cockpit door is the flight deck entrance switch. This controls the two flight deck entry lights, which are located on either side of the overhead panel. These provide general floodlight illumination of the entire cockpit. These lights can also be controlled after you're seated using the entry switch on the overhead panel. With the entry lights switched on, we can now find our way to the left-hand seat to take a look at the instrument panel lighting options. The instrument panels have independent back and floodlighting controls, which are fully dimmable. The left seat controls the left and centre instrument and side console, and the right seat controls the right instrument and side console. Each pilot also has independent control over lap, sill and flight kit lighting on their side of the cockpit. The lap lights are located above each pilot and provide illumination for reading or enjoying your in-flight meal. They can be switched on using the lap push button on the side console and dimmed using a potentiometer that is shared with the sill lighting. The sill lights are fitted on stalks located at either end of the glare shield, and they illuminate the yoke-mounted chart boards. They can be switched on using the sill push button on the side console. Flight kit lights illuminate the book and flight kit stowage areas, which are fitted to each side of the cockpit. They are controlled by a flight kit dimmer switch on each side console. Moving to the aft centre console, there are independent dimmer controls for the forward and aft console. Additionally, there is a push button located near the trim controls in the midsection that allows you to quickly dim and brighten the forward console section. The centre console is also equipped with a dimmable floodlight located on the overhead panel. Moving up to the glare shield, the integral backlighting is controlled using a dim glare shield knob, which is located below the fuel section on the overhead panel. The overhead lighting is split into panel and instrument lighting. The dim panel knob controls the integral backlighting of the overhead panel, and the dim inst knob controls the lighting of all the instruments and gauges. The cockpit is also equipped with flight deck emergency lighting, which will provide low intensity illumination if the essential DC bus bar fails. These can be controlled using the switch located on the lower overhead panel with off, arm and on positions. Finally, we'll take a look at the Enunciators, of which there are literally hundreds on the 146. A dimmer located above the captain's instruments can be used to control the intensity of the flight enunciators, and a test button can be used to check that they are all working. The first officer's instrument panel has controls that allow you to dim the TMS along with the knob on the TMS unit itself, test and dim the MWS enunciators, and override the dimming control. Similar controls are located on the overhead panel for control over those enunciators. Both the internal and external lighting can be fully controlled using the Microsoft Flight Sim lighting assignments, and will be automatically set depending on the time of day when selecting an aircraft state from the EFB.